Joseph Smith organized it, and it was March 17th, 1842.
En Abu, un jueves 17 de marzo de 1842, bajo la dirección del profeta José Smith y dos de los líderes del coro de los 12 apóstoles.
En aquellos tiempos existían grupos que se organizaban con propósitos diferentes y ellos escribían sus propias constituciones. Entonces se le pidió a Eliza R. Snow que escribiera la constitución de la Sociedad de Socorro, pero el profeta dijo que él tenía algo mejor.
The first president of the Relief Society was Emma Smith, the wife of the prophet Joseph.
Actually, I think Eliza R. Snow is a very fascinating woman. She was the first secretary of the Relief Society.
Que empezaron con 20 mujeres en marzo, y para agosto, después de 5 meses, eran 1100.
Y esas 20 hermanas fueron hermanas muy inteligentes, porque ellas querían que el templo se terminara muy rápido. Entonces ellas querían...
El profeta José Smith dijo que cuando él organizó oficialmente la Sociedad de Socorro, la iglesia estaba completa.
One of the things that I love the most about the Relief Society history is hearing that if we live up to our calling, that angels cannot be held back from ministering unto us. And I believe that that's true. I love that.
Mis metas significa que espiritualmente tengo la guía de mi Padre Celestial cuando la necesite. Significa que puedo sentir su amor cuando me siento decaída o flaqueo en muchas cosas. Significa que mi Padre me espera en el hogar celestial. Es todo para mí, saber que soy su
loving Heavenly Father, and together we are able to be co-creators of precious, precious little children that grow into even more precious children. And so that's just one of my favorite parts of being a daughter.
It's a reminder that I do have a heavenly family and a Father who loves me.
Formo parte de su reino aquí en la tierra, y eso me hace heredera funciones esenciales dentro del plan de salvación de nuestro Padre.
Fe y tenemos amor a nuestro Creador.
Mi vida ya tiene un propósito, una dirección. Ya sé de dónde vengo y a dónde voy. A ver qué tantas cualidades tengo y que tengo un potencial muy grande como ser humano.
We can learn to be like Him and then go back and live with Him someday.
Me envió aquí a la tierra con un propósito y que lo conozco. Y saber que regresaré nuevamente a vivir con Él. Eso es lo más importante.
Saber que tengo un propósito aquí en la tierra y que fui hecha con amor, que tengo un plan que estoy descubriendo conforme pasa el tiempo. Sé que mi Padre Celestial me ama y por eso estoy aquí.
The thing about it is just knowing that I belong to Him.
Es un amigo fiel que siempre te acompaña, que te cuida, te protege.
Los milagros son la mejor parte de ser una hija de Dios. El milagro de la vida, el milagro de la revelación, el milagro de sanar a los enfermos y todas aquellas cosas que nuestro Padre hace para bendecirnos y que van en contra de el razonamiento humano.
God is knowing that I am never alone, and knowing that if I ever need to talk to somebody, I can always pray, and Heavenly Father will hear me.
Poder tener este cuerpo y venir aquí a la tierra, de poder ser coherederas, yo creo que es la mejor parte.
I enjoy knowing that how much our Heavenly Father loves us and that we have the blessings from Him and that we always have someone to turn to.
Y que tiene cosas maravillosas aquí en la tierra para nosotros. El legado de ser madres, de ser esposas, de ser hijas es algo muy importante que nos ha dotado aquí en esta tierra.
And that I know what my purpose is on life and here on earth, the purpose of my life is, and that's what's made the difference between making good choices and making just not, choices that didn't mean anything.
Is knowing that I'm loved, knowing that I'm not alone. I always will have a friend, no matter what. If I could be totally by myself, but I always know that God is there, and God is there that loves me, and I.
Pues tener este cuerpo y venir aquí a la tierra.
And none of us are given a manual as to how to become a good wife and a good mother and everything throughout our lives. But our church provides that, and we are constantly nourished by the beautiful, inspired words in Relief Society to help us not only be a daughter of God the best we can, but a great mother, a great wife. It gives us.
Y el verlas vivir el Evangelio para mí es alimento a mi espíritu. Entonces la Sociedad de Socorro es como un remanso donde voy a nutrir mi espíritu a través del ejemplo de cada una de las hermanas.
It's a large support group of women of diverse ages, and each age bracket brings various opportunities and experiences, and I feel like it's a great resource group that you can always go to find someone who knows something that you need to know at that moment.
De muchas maneras. Me han ayudado mucho en momentos que realmente lo he necesitado.
A Relief Society sister that helped me, or that gave me the example that I needed to decide that I wanted to go on a mission. So it has been a big blessing in my life.
De aprender, de podernos ayudar como una sociedad, de poder velar unas a otras, poder aprender unas de otras.
There's just so many talents and personalities and people that you can just draw from and learn from.
Me ha ayudado a sentir más humildad, más amor por el prójimo, más ser menos orgullosa, y tiempos difíciles como familia han apoyado.
No matter where you are, who you are a member, and that your membership in Relief Society is as strong if there's just one of you or if there are millions of you.
I'm a lot of miles away from family, and so having good friends and having love and support from them means a lot.
Siempre hay alguien ahí dispuesto a ayudarme con más experiencia que yo.
A sisterhood, a unity, a place to belong, that everyone accepts you for who you are.
In the biggest way, I think, in helping me understand that when you leave Young Women's, you don't cease to be a special daughter of God. You are all your life.
He aprendido de corazón lo que es dar servicio, conocimiento del Evangelio, estar en buenas y en las malas situaciones con el prójimo, no necesariamente.
My sweet visiting teacher came to my house and helped me unpack some of my things, and we got to know each other. Then she calls and goes a step further and says, do you need to know where the best place is to shop here, and the best doctor, and the best nail place or the hair place? She picked me up and she took me through Vail, Avon, and Edwards and showed me the different places I could go. She's just worked very hard to help me feel accepted and comfortable in my new surroundings.
Story about a visiting teacher was told from Sister Edmonds, and she said that as she was part of the Relief Society General Board, she was traveling around and she went to a country and they were teaching the sisters how to operate and function in the Relief Society, and the little Relief Society president just started crying, and she said, oh, we do visiting teaching all wrong. And Sister Edmonds said, well, how do you do it here? And she said, well, we don't have telephones. We can't call for appointments. And she said, okay, well, what do you do? And she said, when my family is done with our family prayer every morning, I stay on my knees and I kneel and I pray and I ask Heavenly Father who in our Relief Society needs me that day. And I stay there until I get an answer. Then I get on my bike and I go and minister to that sister. And that
for a long time I was not active in the church, and I wasn't attending church, and I had these visiting sisters, my visiting teachers that came every single month. I didn't want them to come sometimes, and they still came, and they always shared with me, and they convinced me to start coming back, and I actually attest that to being the reason that I did come back to church. So I know that visiting teachers are super important.
One time I was visiting a sister who recently had come back into activity, and she said to me something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm so happy that you've come to visit me. What you've shared with me has really helped strengthen my testimony." And it kind of made me, I guess it just strengthened my testimony of the visiting teaching program and how important it is, and what a great impact we can have on the lives of the sisters that we are able to visit.
This year in October, I was singing and I was attending the meeting with our stake in Minnesota, and there were so many sisters and our voices were so loud and we sounded awesome together, and all of a sudden I was so homesick for my sisters in Vail, because honestly we never really sounded awesome or strong. There weren't enough of us to sing really loud, and but we still sang and we were still sisters, and I love and treasure my membership and my sisterhood with you.
I will be in Relief Society in about 4 or 5 years.
3 years I'll be in Relief Society.
I will be in Relief Society in about 6 years.
5 years I'll be in Relief Society.
In 3 or 4 years, I will be a part of the Relief Society.